bands that are the problem.
That's usually how it goes. I've been to an ICP concert, man. You want to know what was good? The stage show. The music wasn't my general type, but I was like, this is very competently done by talented, artists, and this is a nice stage show. And I am surrounded by fucking lunatics and inbred, mutant people who don't know how to act in society.
Yes, that's why they're there.
Yeah.
Speaking of artists, I was telling Patrick this the other day, and you know what? I've come to a realization. I've had an epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
A lot, and if maybe this is everywhere, but I've noticed this with Hollywood specifically. A lot of the writers, producers, kind of directors, I guess.
They're Jewish.
Yeah. That it's a job for them, of course, right?
Yeah.
But there's very few who I would consider an artist. Like Ralph Bakshi, I consider an artist.
Yeah.
For his stuff.
Yeah.
But
he loved pushing them
I don't know if I consider. I'm trying to just think of a director off the top of my head.
Steven Spielberg. George Lucas.
Maybe, I don't know.
He's good. He's
I don't know,
old.
Chris Bale or whatever his name is.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale,
the actor.
No, the director.
There's Christopher Columbus.
Nah,
the guy who made Harry Potter.
Who did Transformers? Christopher Nolan.
Oh, no. You're thinking of the explosion guy.
Yeah.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
That's his name.
Michael Bay, yeah.
Yeah, he did Pearl Harbor.
We got every name out there before we got to that, man. We went through everything. God, that was 6 people that were not Michael Bay.
Yeah, love him or hate him, Michael Bay.
But I wouldn't consider Michael Bay an artist. I just consider him doing a job.
Like J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, like J.J. Abrams.
He's like an explosion artist.
I would consider the pyrotechnic guys he hires the explosion artists.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
And the CG artists.
Yeah, and the CG artists.
There's a lot to making films that is literally just a job after you've done it for a while.
But at the same time, I get it, because artists, and this is the epiphany part, are really fucking annoying to work with.
Yes.
They can be.
Yes.
They run a very weird gamut of personality types, and some of them are insufferable.
Yeah.
But they make really good art.
And the thing is the people who make really fucking good art, like Ralph Bakshi, from what Patrick said, he's annoying to work with, right?
He is.
They're just the more eccentric I think they are.
Yeah, eccentric people are hard to work with because making things collectively, like a film like that,
is not something they do.
It's also just, it takes 700 people.
Yeah.
And they have to wrangle 700 people and be eccentric at the same time.
Right.
And usually that leads to them being very iron-fisted, or just getting drunk and then not actually being a good, director of people. They're not managers or executives. They're artists.
Right. It's like early Ren and Stimpy with the John Crickfalusi
John
guy.
K.
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
And he was just an ultra hardcore guy, just looking over everybody's shoulders, not letting them finish, and making them redo shit. And he was super busy molesting children and
just in his free time.
So and grooming teenagers.
We've all been there.
And I mean, once
I don't live in San Francisco.
The funny thing is, there's two things with Ren and Stimpy. It's there's the golden age of the first
Mm-hmm.
couple seasons where he was the director because his fucking weird fucked up brain made really funny cartoons, and then there's and also here's another trick to it. Part of why it was good was because Nickelodeon was still trying to box him in. Not let him do the crazier shit he wanted to do. So he had to come up with super clever ways of getting right at the very edge of what he was allowed to do.
Yeah, like the log sawing scene.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff like that. And then he left. The last season or so kind of floundered, and then they just canceled it. Mm-hmm. And then Spike TV later gave him his own series with no restrictions, because he was just no, we're for adult men. We don't care about the vulgar jokes or anything like that. And he had free reign, and I think he made 10 episodes, and after they aired the third one, they canceled it because it was fucking garbage.
Yeah, he made Cans Without Labels was the name of the epitomus. Is it epitomus? Infamous. The infamous John K thing that was just so dog shit that basically proved that he's like Hideo Kojima, where if you don't wrangle him in, then he's so insane. Shit. Yeah, it's gonna be shit. It'll be pretty, and it'll have all these artistic ideas, but it's such like a absolute fest of him throwing everything in there that it's not really that great.
It's going to feel like a more of an abstract idea.
It has
than
no
a solid thing.
It has no double entendre,
Right.
like Ren and
Yeah.
Stimpy did. And
Like Ren and Stimpy was really, really clever.
yes,
And then the Ren and Stimpy adult party show for adults or whatever was not.
It's almost like if
it,
you.
it lost all the magic.
It's almost like if you start the joke with a punchline.
Yeah, it
Yes.
was everything was flat.
yeah, John
was
Kay wanted to
vulgar.
do two things. He wanted to animate vulgar things and molest children. Welcome to the AnythingCast, by the way. I'm Patrick.
I'm Eric.
I'm Will.
And John Kay molested 7 children in the 1990s, on record.
Shame on you, John Kay.
I don't know if that's the exact number, but there are a lot of.
It was 12
letters. There are a
children.
lot of letters.
There are a lot. There
There are a lot of
did
letters.
he? So this is
He
something
used
I
to like draw risque stuff and send it to these teenage girls and stuff. I've seen like some of these documentaries.
okay.
Don't quote me exactly on this. Look this up for yourself if you want to know.
Again,
I thought he was
will
fucking
stress.
boys.
I will
No,
stress.
I think he was only molesting girls.
I'm going to stress this again. Do not take us out of our word. If you want more information, go somewhere the fuck else.
Yeah, Google that shit. Look up some YouTube documentaries from people who give a shit and did research.
John
My
Kay's-
research was I saw some documentaries a couple months or a year or two ago.
That's my favorite source.
Yeah, no, I just remember that the dude is a fucking scumbag.
Mm.
Like, and he likes them young. Like, and you know, since it was the 90s, there was a lot of like pen pal correspondence with fans, and you know, it just goes bad from there. It spirals exactly where you think it's going to go from there, pretty much.
We're having a big problem with that in YouTube too.
Yeah,
Where
like big
fans
YouTubers
are so close to. Where fans are so close to inevitably what turned out to be monsters, right?
Oh yeah. I saw something fucked up on YouTube recently where I found like this guy whose whole channel was furry porn. And like so his banner was cropped furry porn.
How's he get away with that?
Yeah, exactly, right? So I was like, how is he getting away with
It's
this?
like
So
GodTuber Gawasu or whatever thing I showed you last time.
no, it was like actual furry porn. Like uncensored actual furry porn. So the way he
Wait,
got
really?
around it was he made like 2-hour videos and then he would splice the furry porn in it like every so often and then just
Really?
link to it in the description. So it was like an easy way, like you just have timestamps. And then
there
people
are free porn sites out there that's
Yeah,
not
again,
hard to
just
find
go-
furry porn on.
Go to your designated quarantine zone.
it has to be him like trying to get it away
It's gotta be
from his
advertisement,
parents.
right?
Oh,
No, it's like him trying to like get away with his
Oh, you mean
parents.
like he's saving
I
it
saw
there?
a
Yeah,
glitch in the actual Matrix the other day where I was, you know, just doing a general Google search for something that I found horny in the moment. And something, you know, because normally I go to a specific website, but I was just like, I don't know where this will pop up. You know, and I just Googled it, right? Pornhub came up, and I was just like, okay. And I didn't even think about it, and I clicked on it, and there was a video available, and it played. And I was like, wait, what? Pornhub? That shouldn't work.
Yeah,
so then
they
I went
blocked
to
it
the
in Mississippi.
so then I went to the search tab and tried to like look up something else, and then it gave me the message it normally gives you about like, no, you have to register in Mississippi. Your local government's a dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, ooh.
Is it because you went directly to a video?
Must be.
Yeah,
I'm
or
not
like a
sure,
playlist?
but you know, people who are out there, especially y'all who like to dick around on the internet and break the rules, there are loopholes.
Oh, dude, I could have gotten you around the pornhole
days.
thing for sure.
Well,
Pornhub
fuck a
thing, sure.
VPN, obviously.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah, that or like I guarantee you could like use a JavaScript injector or something to get around it for sure. Like those that's what bothers me about
that's
that
kind of a
shit.
person who knows about computers thing, though. Once again, because you're
Yeah.
a little bit more computer literate than I am.
That's what bothers me about shit like that. Like censoring a website is only censoring the website to people who don't know how to get around it. And then
Right.
like if anybody
yeah.
and anybody with Google can get around it.
Speaking of hurting people, like only honest people, piracy is going to see a rise in, you know, the online spaces. I don't know if you guys heard, but Ubisoft, the CEO, wants everyone to be comfortable with not owning games like at all.
I believe that got mentioned last time
Did
on
it?
the podcast.
Did that get
Yeah.
mentioned?
At
Okay.
the very least,
There's
we
also some
mentioned
more
it.
Ubisoft news then.
I figured that you had something to elaborate on here.
Yeah, we talked about like we said like, oh yeah, you don't own your games on Steam already. You
Yeah,
know?
that is
That
true.
led into
I guess
me and
I didn't
Patrick talking about games
push
we
it
had
off.
bought out of nostalgia. He had God Hand and I
Yeah.
had
It's so
Musha.
hard to find anything with a disc driver these days. I was thinking about that when you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. I had to pay
whatever you were talking
$100
about.
extra to get my PS5 with a disc drive.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so wild.
Yeah, I know, right?
People just use USB sticks nowadays, or like
Yeah, that's true.
The little things that have like Nintendo games are on, like SD cards.
Yeah, those I like. I'm fine with those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
that's
guess
fine. It's still a game on a.
Ubisoft. I guess USB has kind of taken over the disc.
Yeah,
I haven't gotten a game on a USB. Not in a long. Not that it wasn't pirated by one of my friends and then given to me. Like,
I was gonna say I've gotten tons of games on USBs.
Like, I mean, you can put
Oh,
games
shit.
on USBs
Nah.
for sure, but I've never bought a game that was on a USB and then I put onto my computer or
With how
anything else.
goddamn big games are these days, who can find a USB big enough?
Well,
Yeah,
there's USBs that are like 100 gigabytes or
Bruh,
a
the-
terabyte.
Arc Survival Evolved,
No,
like
right.
500 gigs for install.
Ugh.
Yeah, their games are big these days.
I think Call of Duty is like 200 something gigs.
Jesus, the
Yeah.
new one.
Yeah.
I was just bouncing between Total War Attila and Total War Warhammer 2 on my computer. And I've got some other shit on there, but those two games are both like over 50 gigs apiece, and I only have like 80 gigs of memory without either two of them on there left, or 80 gigs of space, not memory. But yeah, and I just have to delete one and reinstall the other if I want to switch between them.
Are you guys gonna play the new Bone and Skull game
Bone and Skull, not
or
familiar.
Skull and Bones?
What
It's
is
the,
it?
It's
That-
the new.
that's the
it's
thing
the
with
new
it.
Ubisoft game that's coming out. The
Oh, the
plays-
Pirates
you
one.
play
yeah,
as
the
George
CEO
W.
was
Bush?
like, "This
Oh,
is the first
Oh.
true quadruple A game."
Really?
See,
How
as-
so?
I don't know because it looked shit to me.
They killed 7 people and poured their blood over the workers.
Yeah.
Like, well, how do you seriously? How do you one up AAA development at this point?
human
By charging
sacrifice.
$70 to $100.
$70 to $100.
Yeah, so the basic pack for the thing is going to be $70 when it comes out, and to play it, I think like 3 days early or some shit like that, you can pre-order it for $100.
Something came out recently that was
Oh,
$70
no.
bucks. What was that? What was that new game that came out that was $70? It was something like
Suicide Squad,
Suicide Squad, $70.
quadruple A game, baby.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that just goes to show that price isn't really a
It
symbol
just
of
goes
quality.
to show that corporos can suck dick.
I mean,
Yeah.
on a certain extent, it makes sense that like games get bigger and more expensive, and inflation goes up. And games have been $60 for a while.
Since the 90s. Yeah.
no, they
Super
were-
Mario 64 was $60 on release.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I remember
I think
in
the
the
only
mid
time-
2000s I was paying $50.
They
for a
went
new
down for a
release.
little bit, but most games have been $60. And there's like this famous, like, when this gets brought up, people always post like the Nintendo Power thing that has like all the
I was
Nintendo
about to say-
64 games, and then it's like $60. And then some of them are like, you know,
120 or some shit.
some will come with the Rumble Pack. The NES games, especially, NES games are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
$100 for some of that because they didn't have like a regulated amount. It was just like,
Mm-hmm.
how much do we think we can get away with selling this for?
Mhm.
Games on like the NES and the SNES,
That's
they sold
before
for so
the
much.
ESRP, right?
Yeah,
Or ESRB?
I don't know
Is
if
it
that would
B
have
or
much.
P?
B.
The
Okay.
ESRB is the people who rate the games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the game companies, rating the games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they rate themselves.
I feel
because
like along
parents
with
got
that though,
free.
they generally all unified a pricing scheme.
Yeah, it had to be. The Night Trap's what caused that. I don't know if you guys have ever seen any footage of the video game Night Trap.
Yeah, man, Night Trap.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm familiar.
It's just
It was
it's
night-
just girls in like pajamas. That's basically
That's
what
the whole game.
And the whole thing is you're supposed to set off traps to stop these
Rapist.
random
they
like
are kind of rapists.
They are
masked
rapists.
intruders from coming in, and the worst thing you'll see is they'll grab the girls and take them off camera. Like they don't like,
Kind of like a
violently kill
hentai
them
though.
or
You know, now I think about it, it's kind of a hentai plot.
except without any porn in it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
It's
mean,
like the worst hentai.
I don't know what
ever.
you watch the hentai for, but I watch it for the plot.
Ah, big fan of Bible Black over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I wonder how you I think I've already asked this before in an episode, but I wonder how you get that, like, land a VA for a hentai role. Do you just have to ask, or do they come to you?
Oh, yeah. That used to be this thing where they would just get anybody.
Right.
And then...
that was hilarious.
Yeah, those are always great.
And somehow they got Dan Green, the guy who voiced...
remember L.A. Blue Girl?
Yeah, somehow my neighbor's calling me on the phone.
No,
I have no idea why.
That's weird.
Do you want to answer it?
No, I hung up on him. But
It seems mildly concerning.
well, he's like he calls me sometimes. He's like 92.
Okay.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he's chill.
Yeah.
He probably just wants to be like, "Hey man, what are you up to? You want to come over this weekend and hang out and watch a movie?"
Do you do that sometimes?
Yeah, I do. I go hang out with him because he's 92. He's got no fucking body in his fucking life.
I see his family over there all the time. What do you mean?
He has one person, and it's his daughter. Shows up one day a week. You could say that's all the time, but I mean, like, in the grand scheme of his life, he spends 6 out of the 7 days a week alone. So,
Very wholesome of you. Just be nice to a random old neighbor.
I don't know. I like old people.
Also, I see our neighbor, fucking Roger, whatever his name is, go over there all the time with his leaf blower. What do you? No.
Roger from
You know
Family
what?
Guy. You've seen
Fuck-
Roger from.
Fuck this. I'm not going
American
to
Dad?
let you gaslight the audience about our neighbor. This guy gets visitors all the time. I'm telling
Because
you.
Does
he's a
he?
lonely old
Yeah.
man, and
Yeah.
everyone feels bad for him. and wants
I'm
to
not
go
going to
over
let
there.
everyone feel bad for this dude.
Like,
He's
he
getting
gets, like,
visitors.
A visitor from one random neighbor.
Like our neighbor be visiting
everyone's
him.
taking turns visiting the lonely old
His
man.
daughter visits him. I've seen the other neighbor that's closer to us visit him.
He left a voicemail. Should we listen to it on the podcast?
Probably not.
No,
I feel like
no,
it's gonna
that
be
might-
if his magazines or anything to go off of. I don't know what he's gonna say.
I love his magazines. Eric, you've heard of his magazines. He has those.
He's got those conspiracy.
Christ
theories.
is coming. Obama was the Antichrist.
Oh Lord.
Trump is the Lamb of
Dude, straight
Judah.
out getting terrorism magazines, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
he gave me some of them.
right-wing extremist propaganda.
Not even like schizo extremist propaganda. like it goes far beyond right wing extremism. It just gets weird.
Somewhere in there, they're gonna be like, Donald Trump is the fucking Antichrist Messiah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're almost
Both
like
of them
he's
at the same
both at
time.
once. Yes.
We're almost getting into Time Cube level of incomprehensibility.
We're close.
I should get one of them and then read them on the podcast. Those magazines are great.
Is that dude still alive? The Time Cube guy?
No, he killed himself, right?
What?
Yeah, didn't the Time Cube guy kill himself?
I have no idea. Is the Time Cube guy the same guy who made his own OS?
No, that's Temple OS. He killed himself.
Yeah. Oh, he killed himself.
Yeah, the Temple OS guy killed himself. He was
That's
homeless
sad.
and he
No, I
killed
don't
himself.
think Time Cube guy killed himself.
That guy was deteriorating pretty clearly, though.
I mean, he didn't survive much long after making Temple OS. Yeah, he survived like 3 more years or something.
I mean, he created Temple OS and then kept fiddling with it for like 10 years. So, like, depends on how you describe when he created Temple OS.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Otis Eugene Ray. Let's see if he's still alive.
Oh, yeah.
Take your bets right now in the comments.
Yeah, he died
Eugene
in 2015.
No.
Well, if you guessed no, you win.
Aw.
Yeah. Yeah, he died in 2015. Did you
Makes
think
me
he was going to be
weirdly
Why
alive?
are you sad? It,
Makes me weirdly sad.
Why?
He was just such a crazy old man.
He was
And
demented, and Eric felt bad for him.
he seemed weirdly nice to a certain degree.
Same reason he
Oh,
likes
seemed
me.
like an asshole when I watched the documentary about him.
Did you see the Frederick Knudsen one?
I don't know.
The down the rabbit hole thing.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I mean, that's where
Mhm.
everybody knows the Time Cube guy from. Nobody knows
just
anything
seems
else.
old and confused.
He
They
seemed
were all
really into it.
schizos,
I mean, they're not all old, no.
but they all
but
seem old.
they're
and
all a little
confused.
confused, yes. Okay,
So-
Patrick's double checking that voicemail
It's like,
just to make sure it wasn't something important
the
and
Messiah
or
has
hilarious.
come. He's here, Patrick, and his name is Obama.
What is he ranting
Hold
about?
on.
I can barely hear that.
Have a good day, Mr. You be great at message.
Have a good day, big dude.
Yeah, he just said, "Hey, dude, have a good day, big dude."
He's drunk.
Yeah, he's drunk as shit.
He's
What a
drunk.
nice
He's drunk.
old man.
Yeah.
Also,
What a
I
nice,
want to point
drunk,
out.
lonely old man.
I want to point out this dude has been arrested like twice for DUI.
Oh,
Yeah.
here locally since
Yes.
y'all have known him?
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
our
not since we've
neighbors have
known
told
him.
us that.
And he's
Yeah.
like in his 90s?
Well, he was a fucking
can't drive
alcoholic.
anymore.
He was an alcoholic like when he was young.
I mean,
This
he
bro is a
still
rock star.
Yeah, he
over
did.
here.
He did meth when he was like 87 or something. Like he went to like a
It's out here
bar.
living life, Eric.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
This guy is a rock star. My God.
Yeah, he went to a bar. He met up with some guy that he just called the N-word, and then he hung out with him, got a cigarette from him. They had drinks, and then he smoked a joint that was laced with meth, and then crawled around on the ground in front of the Boys and Girls Club and got arrested, and went to prison. He's like in his late 80s.
That is true. I
He
do
went to
actually. I
prison.
remember fucking when I was moving in here. I would see him walk around the neighborhood a little bit, and like he'd do it like either way early in the morning or like way late in the evening, right? But like
Yes.
when I was just being jobless for a summer, I was walking around working out, and one of our neighbors was like, "Hey, you know that guy who always walks around the neighborhood?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I've seen that guy around." They're like, "Yeah, he just went to jail." I was like, "Damn."
Yes.
What for? Spill that tea, bitch. And they were like, yeah, DUI. And I bet you that's exactly what they were talking about.
No, I think that was in a separate incident, to be honest with you. I think he did that afterwards.
Man, this guy
But he wasn't here for a while. That's what I'm
They
thinking.
took his keys away.
This dude is the original gangster.
Yeah,
what the
he was
hell?
like 85, 87 or something and went to prison, and then they let him
Can't
out.
stop, won't stop.
He had a heart attack and they let him out. They were like, all right, you're obviously not healthy enough to be here.
Can we invite him on the podcast?
I've tried to get him on the podcast before. He won't do it.
Damn.
I know.
Oh, he seems so friendly and like into just whatever.
Yeah, I tried to show him anime, and he just was like, I think there's a generational gap. I can't understand this. And
Yeah.
I showed him Breaking Bad, and he fucking loved it.
Okay, I was about to say what, but hold on. See, Breaking Bad, that's a specific show. Anime, like what? Did you show him Lucky Star? Like what did you?
I showed him
Like
K-On!
what did you fucking like? You know, what did you actually try
did you show
to
him
show
Pyro?
him?
I showed him Death Note.
I actually was gonna guess Death Note just
That's-
because it's so grounded. It's easy for a
Yeah.
Westerner to understand.
Yeah.
There's not really a lot of like ethnic stuff that you need to know about Japan.
Ethnic stuff, Eric.
Like you don't need to know anything culturally or about Japan to understand everything that's going on.
But
Yeah.
it takes place in Japan, Eric.
Yes, it does.
And he
But
was
the
like-
story does not care about that.
He was all like,
Outside of like
"What's
a few
this shit on the TV?" It was like his entire like reaction the whole time was just like, them boys, they sure are smart. When I was in World War II,
Yeah.
they were every one of them that was in my platoon was the smartest motherfucker I ever met. They're even smarter than the.
Yeah. I'm sure he uses some, let's say,
What a
archaic
guy.
language
Yeah.
to
What a guy.
describe some people. I mean, my 75-year-old papa, will happily tell you about how he, in fact, went into the back door of the little N-word boys' houses too, so he didn't see the big deal. It's just like, well.
Wow,
I
Papa,
know that you
were
were,
so
like-
progressive.
Like he was though. And it's just like okay,
You know
so you're the equivalent of somebody who was really middle of the road at the time. He was
Kinda.
just like, oh, I don't care what the little N-word boys do.
Yeah. You know what's
Let 'em do what
so
they
fucked
want.
up about that is
It's
my
just
last
like-
boss. Literally, he went to school when they were desegregating everything.
Mhm.
He was like, and he'll talk about like how like his teacher, she always had a funny accent because she couldn't say like ask, she'd say axe, right?
Mhm.
And other stuff, other things like that.
Right.
And but he was not afraid to get racial very quickly. My favorite one was, and you might have to bleep this, Patrick, and I would like to say for the record, this is purely educational.
Okay.
Okay.
My
Let's, see what
favorite,
we
my
think you
favorite
can get
racial
away with.
slur that he would say
Uh-oh.
is these old dang he's coming in here all the time.
Ah, yes.
Yes, Patrick, blast that really loud. Put a bunch of reverb behind it.
Fans of the original
The original
Clerks.
podcast will realize that we said that all the time back in the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, fans of the original Clerks
Oh, yeah?
will find that
Did we?
funny
I don't remember
because
that.
I'm sure we did at some point.
There's a whole bit in Clerks where this guy who grew up in the Old South used the term monkey while a black dude was in like the gas station or something.
Yeah.
And everyone like was freaking out and he was completely flabbergasted. He had no idea what was going on.
That happened to me with my friend group.
Because he like, because his old Southern grandma would see them lazing about outside in the yard and call them a bunch of monkeys. It's like, I thought it just meant you're being lazy.
So
it's just like...
So here's the fucked up part. I literally had a similar situation where I didn't know it was a racial slur.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he used it. So like everyone in that warehouse used that very casually. There were 4 people in this warehouse. I should point that out.
Okay. So like, we're not talking about...
So like the other 3 people would use it very casually.
Yeah. No one was in HR.
No, there was no HR. And like, so I just thought it was I thought it was a word used for an independent carpenter.
Oh, I remember this.
Serious?
Yes. So like, for example, there's something called a moonlight.
I think I see where you're coming from there.
Yeah. There's something called a moonlight mechanic, right? And that's just somebody who works on like cars and trucks and tractors outside of being an actual mechanic shop. They'll go out to wherever you are and they will work on your shit.
A grease monkey is a guy who works on cars.
Exactly.
A monkey is a guy
who works
who
on
will fix your deck. Like, that's just a guy that like fixes your deck and helps with shit like that. Like what?
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So like I was just hanging out.
Like I totally understand where you're coming from.
I was
That's
hanging
such a
out,
logical assumption.
And Patrick, Patrick,
yeah,
don't clip this in any way to make me sound just fucking horribly racist, please. But I remember sitting around my friends, and one of them asked, "So where are you working now?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm just working at this this company now. We sell nails and stuff to any like big contractor or any other monkey who comes by." And they all lost their. They all just dropped. Everything went silent, and everyone looked at me.
I'm sorry, peeking the microphone.
Oh my god, it's okay. I mean, what are we gonna do? That's fucking hilarious.
It was like a good 15 seconds of just silence.
Will I have a recording
before it was explained to me what that meant?
Will I have a recording on the old podcast of you just saying, "Wait, is head a slur?" I am not that surprised.
I had no idea.
Oh god.
So apparently we had to go through a crash course of racial slurs.
So there's like there's like S.
There's a lot of them.
There's like S tier slurs, which is like the N
And
word.
Will knows all of them.
And then there's like A and B tier slurs, like head would monkey would be an A tier slur.
God, this episode is getting demonetized.
We're gonna get so many comments.
I'm not even gonna bleep anything at this point.
If you
like,
know what it
what's the
means, it's
point?
very offensive.
In fairness, I feel
but
like
if you don't, it sounds silly and you don't think about it.
I feel like inward you have to bleep monkey may be okay. It's like saying a colored person, right?
No,
Like
there's no
it's
way.
not
A colored
that bad.
person is archaic, okay? There's still places out there like the NCC, the National
NAACP.
NAACP, yeah. Like that's still like it's considered archaic. I wouldn't look at a group of black folk and be like, look at them colors over there.
You
or
would
something
sound
like
very
that.
old, yes.
Yeah,
Patrick,
if you
boost
were,
that one too.
If you were under the fucking age of fucking 70, I assure you,
You might get hit.
An altercation of some sort.
You
would
could
happen.
get hit for sure.
Now I've seen like a stupidly old like white person like slip something like that in a like social environment, and there was like people of multiple races around. And like some of the younger black people like looked up, and then like one of the older black people was just like, like no, like that's not the type you're looking for.
I used to.
That's not what it is. Like it's just they're literally that's just the word they know. Like don't go there.
I used to say crickets a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought it was like a cute term. I thought it was a cute term. I was like, it's like little crickets in the moon. That turns out that is not what that means.
That's another one for black people?
Yes.
Is that like
because they would work, because when they were slaves, you'd make them work all night and they would sing their slave songs.
Exactly.
Right.
And so
Okay.
they were called crickets.
Okay.
Why don't we have any cool
Because we beat people with whips, apparently.
Yeah, that's true.
We
That's
don't get-
all
we don't get
we
cool
got.
nicknames.
That's all we get.
The last time white people were slaves, it's because we were the ones enslaving each other.
Yeah, that happened with a lot of races.
That's- I
Just
was
about
to
all
say,
of them.
every race enslaved each other. That's
No,
just
for
a human
sure.
history thing.
It was
we
a war
were just the
thing.
most stubborn for the most part.
That's true. We just held out the longest.
Yeah.
I mean, generally speaking, obviously there's still some places with
Yeah, but
mostly
I think
sex slavery and that
worldwide,
shit these days.
The
but-
social construct, at least, is like slavery not okay.
oh yeah,
Tell that to Hillary Clinton, am I right? Okay.
yeah, wage slavery is fine.
Wage
You know?
slavery. or if you're in the U.S. prison system,
Yes,
technically
of
not
course.
illegal.
Of course. I learned recently
well,
that
I
they
mean-
used to pay the people in the prisons, like in Mississippi, they used to pay them 25 cents, and now they pay them 7. Like, somehow they have started giving them less money
Well, it's
for
'cause
their work over time.
Fuck 'em.
I guess. I mean, like, yeah.
Work for the state or rot.
Also, they're out there working in literal cotton fields in Mississippi.
Or maybe
That's
we
what
give
they
a
have
fuck,
them do.
dude.
Or
Like,
maybe
I
considering
only-
most of those arrests are of non-violent drug-related offenses, maybe we can do something like, I don't know, reform and rehab.
I just say
Oh,
give
yeah.
them their 25 cents. That's all.
I
I
mean,
mean,
just
just
give them the
like-
25.
like-
give them the damn quarter.
Give them the fucking quarter.
We got inflation on the rise. Prisoners need their quarter.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is like, look, if we're gonna imprison them, as long as they're actually supposed to fucking be in there,
Which is
and,
very
you
few
know,
of them. Who
I'll take
determines
like,
that?
a lot of those fucking like, non-violent drug offenses and stuff like that. Now, don't get me wrong, you keep fucking up over and over again, I'm gonna go ahead and put you in jail with the fucking rest of them because obviously you don't give a fuck anymore.
Do you guys
so,
have
like,
faith?
there's a point where you can go ahead and put a non-violent person in with the rest of them because just like, well, you wouldn't stop.
Do you guys
know.
generally have faith in judges, in like the judicial system, as far as like, or do you think it's like a state by state basis?
I think it's an individual by individual
Yeah,
basis.
it's an individual by
It really
individual.
is.
Like,
I have had good
judges are humans.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are. I've had good experiences with Mississippi judges, which is amazing because most Mississippi judges I hear are terrible.
There are judges who are great because they go exactly by the rules no matter what, and there are judges who are great because they say, "Yeah,
The
I'm
rules
going
are
to do this
suggestions.
anyway," because obviously this motherfucker's got to go.
Yeah,
You know, and there are judges who are bad for both of those exact same reasons.
Yeah, that's the weird part. Like,
Yeah.
it almost comes down to like you said. I mean, judges are people,
right.
so they're fallible. But like, I wish there was some greater thing because like once you become a judge, you're a judge for life, right?
I think
It's because it's an elected thing, and then you're a judge like for life. You're like the judge of a district, I think.
no, I think you can be there are re-elections and stuff. I want to say so you can be
Really?
unelected. I want to
Okay.
say.
Is how
I don't
often
know
is
what
it that
kind of
judges get
terms-
debarred?
It could just depend on your area and what
I
you're
don't-
talking about.
I don't know
What
if I've
kind of
ever heard of a
judge?
judge getting debarred.
It's happened before.
Oh, you can disbar
surely.
a judge, same
Yeah.
way you can a lawyer if they're fucking around too much.
I've never heard of one.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
really big thing when it happens usually because that's usually like when somebody absolutely fucking
I guess you have
throws
to.
the book at
A
them.
higher court has to do it. I imagine.
Yeah, Supreme Court I think has to debar judges.
Well, there's multiple Supreme
Disbar.
Courts. Like our court system is tiered.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you have I think it's like what civil judges, then you got criminal judges, and then it goes from there to the appeals court.
Where's
How did we get
where's
on this topic? Because I
well,
was
you have
about
this.
to say something
You have
a
the
second
state
ago.
Supreme Court.
where's Judge Judy on that?
She's in the civil, I believe.
Yeah, she's.
And technically, I don't know if she's a judge.
She's not. She's a mediator.
My biggest thing is I was saying I don't. Once they're in the fucking prison, if we did our due diligence properly, if like the cops and the judges and whatnot did things right, then I don't care what happens to you afterwards. You can work or die.
Yeah,
I mean, but I don't. I think
This just in Eric for Eric for work camp prisons.
yeah, Eric for work camp prisons.
Well, I mean, fuck them. Who
Yeah.
cares? Like
Eric will put
didn't-
you. Do not do crime around Eric. He will put you on the farm.
yeah, do not put Eric in charge of a prison. It would just be an ethical wasteland.
Well, that's the thing is,
Eric will have you
you
hitting
know,
the rocks.
I want a good 2/3 to 3/4 of these people just out of here. We
Sure.
can do something completely different with these people. They don't need to be in here. Now, the rest of you are fucking animals.
So you don't believe in
and you are going to either work as pack animals or
feel like-
you are going to be put down like the feral animals you are.
So you
I feel
don't
like-
agree with cruel and unusual punishment being against the law? You think that like,
I don't
that's
think there's anything cruel or unusual about it.
treating people
So,
like animals is definitely unusual.
I seem like if
Treating an
Do you seem
animal
like
like
every-
an animal is not unusual, sir.
okay.
well, that's
Okay,
weird to
and I
say
think that
considering you
anyone
treated
can
dogs.
sacrifice their own humanity.
That's weird to say considering you treated like last chance dogs a lot more humanely than you're viewing. You know,
Because
other
the
people
dogs
who
are
mostly,
innocent.
Most of the
Humans
time,
true. You
decided
don't-
to
Hold
be
on.
monsters.
Hold on though, like a lot of the times murders are committed like within moments of high passion or high stress. For example, there's a murder I know about where it was an argument over 50 cents. The guy shot another guy, he wouldn't pay for the pool game, whatever.
Don't need that guy no more. Kill him.
But the guy might have just like completely
He
acted.
fucking lost his shit over 50 goddamn cents. How am I supposed to prevent a situation like that from ever
What if he
happening
completely
again?
regrets it?
Well, oh, boo-hoo.
You would be
He
the worst
regrets
judge.
it.
You would be the worst
Oh,
judge.
He
Judge.
feels bad about it. Well, how about you take your tears and go extract that
And go
bullet
and go
turn
work
back
in the
time.
mines, you
Yeah,
piece
go
of
work
shit!
in the
Fuck
fucking
you!
camp!
Yeah, no, fuck you. You're the one who snapped and killed someone over 50 cents. You are the problem.
You'd be the judge
Just
everybody's
because
terrified
you
to
feel
go to court.
bad about it?
Be
You
like-
feel bad about it? Oh, then you need to go and have a nice long conversation with Jesus about that.
So you're like
I
you're-
can send you straight to him.
Yeah, so
know,
you
like-
have like a very binary system of punishment too. It seems like.
I believe that there is nuance for punishment. I just don't believe that that nuance belongs in every single section of it. Like there's a
And
certain
as long
point
as-
where you have to fucking slam down the fucking hammer.
Throw the book.
And
Yeah.
as long as that nuance ends with them hitting fucking rocks,
Exactly.
we're okay.
Yeah,
Like, no,
making
I mean,
license
like, you know-
plates, picking cotton, getting whipped.
Like, you know, super minor fines for like super minor offenses and stuff like that.
Patrick,
jail
future
time
Patrick.
for drunk tank people, like, you know, like just to get them off the streets until they figure themselves the fuck back out again.
I'm sorry,
You know.
I'm laughing too hard. Future Patrick, please edit Eric's face on top of the Nazi taking pot shots in the camp from Schindler's
Stop
List.
putting
Oh,
him in
Jesus,
Nazi
no.
propaganda. No, future
Bro,
future Patrick,
I am
just
talking
lighting a
about
cigarette.
humanity. I do not care about your religious, racial, or ethnic affiliations here. I
Eric-
just believe that
or
people
future
should
Patrick,
act right.
stop putting Eric in Nazi propaganda. The joke
Take it
is
down,
dead.
put it
the
down,
joke is dead. It's
put him
dead.
down.
It's a dead joke. We don't want it.
Put the Nazis down. I don't much care for them.
Yeah, I know. Trust me.
I'm done with it. Like, put them all down. Put them in the
We're
ground.
Or you know what? You know what? Line up that Nazi picture and against the wall, future Patrick.
Yeah, line
Just,
him up.
just execute him.
just put him down.
Just execute it.
Either that, Patrick, or put him inside of a camp somewhere.
All right. So
Just-
unless you execute him or put him in a work camp, Patrick, don't even do this bit.
No concentration camps. None of that.
No,
you're
it's a
either,
work. It's a work camp.
You're either a
Well, you're not concentrating at all. If you're concentrating, you're not working.
like you were either an unfit human being, which we will allow to work for the state and allow to live, or we'll kill you.
You get the option at trial.
yeah, I was gonna say. Do you ask them which one they want?
I'm fine with that. Yeah, no.
I don't think you get
'Cause
a
I'm
lot of
not
guys
interested-
being like, "Yeah, just pop me, man."
Give me the Eric.
I mean,
judge.
no,
Give me
like,
Judge
I
Eric.
mean, like, look, I'm not interested in fighting you
What if,
over this all day. You can either be a productive member of society, whether you want to be or not, or I
I'm saying
can
or.
blow your fucking brains out.
You would have been a great prosecutor.
So wait,
Like, I
Eric,
don't-
on
the
the
worst
record.
defense attorney, but
Now-
you would have been the great
Wait, Eric,
prosecutor.
on the record, do you agree or disagree with getting with repealing the end of the 13th Amendment that says, you know, prisoners, as long as you're in a U.S. prison, the law against slavery does not count.
Yeah, I'm against that. I firmly believe that if they're going to be in there in those cages, then they better be doing something. Otherwise, what's the fucking point?
Okay. No,
All
he's
right.
not
What's
against
the
it.
point?
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, take the rehabilitatable
I mean,
ones out that didn't do
Technically,
stuff.
that's
Aside
an
from it
belong
being
in cages
slavery,
for.
you know.
but technically, it's a very American thing to say.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
sure.
a very pro-American thing to say. It's in the
Look,
Constitution.
I
It's in the
believe that
Constitution,
all
so it's
people-
okay.
Every
That's how it
human
works.
being is born equally until you prove yourself otherwise.
Well, that's a fair opinion, I guess.
Like, you know,
I love that you said it with some southern stank on it.
like, I don't care. Like, I
What's,
100% understand that there are, like, you know, cultural issues and shit like that, and poverty is a whole thing, you know, and, you know, having a harsh justice system isn't going to fix all those other problems.
I think the biggest thing that we come
You
across
know.
in situations like that is that everybody, practically everybody, who even if they're the worst abhorrent human being, when they go to court, they will try to be the most sympathetic human being.
Correct.
Yeah. So in a system like that, you would not be able to really, you can't reliably tell who is and isn't a monster
Like,
generally.
There will be people who legitimately loved and did not know about the worst parts of them and like knew them their entire lives, etc., and can barely believe that they did the monstrous things that they did. And they will defend them to the grave because they truly believe that. And they are wrong, and we should still kill their friend, son, brother, or mother.
What about what about their lawyer? What about their defense attorney whose like whole job is to basically make you like them?
I'm not entirely against the idea of attorneys facing
Eric
this.
is like, I'm on the fence whether everyone deserves the right of counsel or not.
The rope.
Oh no! I'm fine. I just think that there's a certain point where you know, maybe attorneys should be held accountable to a certain degree of what's going on.
I
Like, you
wonder about that a lot. I thought about that a good bit, and I don't think that it would be reasonable to hold attorneys accountable for like
Well,
at
they
some
have
point
to try their hardest.
they have to try their hardest, and because it's a balanced system and we have a prosecutor on the other side and we have a judge mediating the two. I think that it's fair that we don't hold the
It's the best we
attorney
can come
accountable.
up with right now.
Yeah.
I don't have a better answer.
I like I said, I've thought about that a lot.
Lawyers make me mad. I don't have a better answer.
You're just gonna go on a list. You're gonna be like, lawyers make me mad, criminals make me mad,
car salesmen make
car
me
salesmen.
mad.
Just a list of people
Loan
Eric wants to put
officers
down.
make me mad.
Look, I quit my job last
Poachers
week.
make
Okay,
me mad.
I'm in a bit of a mood.
People Eric would put down a list.
Let's not phrase it that way.
We're gonna buy
Like
you a
that,
death
that gets
note.
actual FBI attention right there. Just like, no, I don't think
Not
I'm
all
gonna be
the
lit.
Nazi, not all the Nazi imagery.
I just think that the legal system should have the ability to fucking just kill monsters.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I want.
Who determines who's a monster?
Well,
Overwhelming fucking evidence.
the judge, the court decides who's a monster. I guess.
I guess what we're getting down to is if you're facing Judge Eric, always opt for a jury.
Yes. Also, always
Oh, no,
opt
no, no,
for
no, no.
like
The jury is not going to save you. The jury is going to decide innocence or guilt. I get to decide the fucking sentence.
Also, never say you're guilty.
Never,
do
ever,
a plea deal.
never, ever
Never
before
do a
Judge
plea deal.
Eric. Never,
No.
ever.
Always say not guilty. Are you ready?
Or make sure you get a plea deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, there won't be any.
You just
Well, you
gotta
don't,
go.
you don't get
be-
to determine that, right? Judges don't determine plea deals.
Yes, they do.
Yes,
I
they
thought it
do.
was a prosecutor.
No.
No,
The judge and the prosecutor work
ask
together.
for
Oh,
the plea
okay.
deals and stuff
Yeah.
like
I
that.
thought because the prosecutor was working for the state.
No, they have
They
to get
had-
me to actually
Eric,
approve it first.
Eric, you're up on the stand with the gavel, and you're like, "Would you like to enter your plea at this time?" And they're like, "Yes, I would, Your Honor." You just pull out a single action, just cock it back.
All right, prison camp or 9 mil.
Yeah, it's just everybody looks at you.
357 Magnum, but
I don't know why nobody pleads guilty. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why has no one pleaded guilty yet? These people are all obviously guilty and deserve the rope. They're all monsters.
I will have you know that I do not believe in the rope.
Yeah.
I believe in the firing squad.
You know, me
Because
too,
it's
honestly.
brutal, but it's the most effective.
Oh, I just learned something. You guys remember when I was talking about the Alabama? They did the nitrogen death sentence.
Yeah.
Yep.
That took 22 minutes.
I weirdly.
Know how long
Yeah.
it takes for 4 people lined up with guns to
Eric,
kill a man?
not right now.
Not right now, Eric.
I'm talking about. We're talking
on,
about the
though, I'm sorry.
nitrogen.
Eric's just getting
sorry.
off on this.
I,
At some point,
I see his dick. It is big and hard right now.
Or one Russian with a marker off behind his back. I'm just
Ow,
saying,
fuck my
what'd you
ears.
just do?
I don't know. Check the back of your microphone. Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
don't
Yar,
touch-
that be
Stop
it.
touching that. Anyway.
Ah,
Ow,
fuck.
Gosh.
Touching the cord is doing that.
Just
Let me
take
move my
the
chair.
cord.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
Everything. Oh. We're being bombed.
Patrick, put in the sound effects. Everybody scream while
Good Jesus Christ.
right. I
God.
think it's over.
Okay.
That's the last time we spend our weekend in fucking Yemen.
Oh,
Anyway.
I thought we were in Gaza.
Oh,
it all looks
damn
the same.
It's all rubble. Who can tell the difference anymore? This might be Kiev. I'm not sure.
I haven't
enough
seen a
snow.
standing building between Ukraine and here.
Oh, man. Our tour of Europe is going great.
Everyone just looks dirty and sad. Reminds me of a lot of pictures from World War II for some reason.
Reminds me of home. Reminds me of Mississippi. Everybody looking dirty and
Hey,
sad.
how long do you
Yeah.
guys think you can stare at the sun full send?
I've tried before. Not
super
long. Not long.
Yeah, I have light sensitivity, so not at all.
Okay, do you mean like how long can you stand to do it, or how long before it starts doing
Making you go
permanent
blind.
damage?
No, I'm like, how long can you stand to do it?
I could probably do it until my eyes burnt out, I think.
Yeah, I guess me too.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I could, yeah.
No, I can only stand like
I mean,
5 seconds.
after like a few seconds, you can't
Hell,
even
like,
see it
sometimes
anymore.
I can't even look up. It's so bright. Like,
Mhm.
I
It's
have
because
to- I
you're a
have to do
fucking
this.
goblin. You live in your fucking goon cave.
Yeah. Like, I'm
is
like
true,
the
this
Fallout
is true.
character. I'm just like coming
Yeah.
out here like, oh, shit.
I see you go outside once a day and you're putting your hands in front of your eyes. You're like, God damn.
You need to put in the Fallout 3 when he first exits the vault.
Whatever that music is supposed to sound like.
Well, let us know in the comments how long you could stare at the sun.
Yes. Actually, as a matter of fact, I want to go out on the record here and just say, go outside, stare at the sun, record it, and then get back with us. I want everybody who listens to this to go outside and then stare directly into the sun. See how long you can do it for. See if you can beat Eric's record. Eric, what was your record?
2 minutes.
About 2 minutes. See, okay, so like, see if you can beat Eric's record, I'll give you $10,000.
I would also recommend that you rewind and listen to the beginning of this podcast again about some comments Will made.
Yeah, I'd recommend
Again,
you.
I think he said
I'm gonna say it
something
again
very relevant
because of
to-
all of this. Don't listen to us.
Yeah,
That
scream.
was it. That was it.
Yeah,
He said
that
something
was
about
definitely
that.
it.
Like, the best you should take from this is that sounds interesting. I'll Google that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
Google
that's,
staring at the sun. There you go.
I'm gonna
Definitely not bank on the absolute details here. We are kind of morons.
One of us is high, the other's getting drunk,
I'm
high
stone
too.
cold
And
sober.
and one's gay. So,
Yes.
how
God
much
knows
can
the-
you trust
the gays
us?
can't be trusted in
clinically.
anything.
I'm clinically gay.
He's clinically gay. He is medically gay.
I see him sucking dick right now.
Yeah, it's it's a serious disability. You know, the doctors diagnosed him with gay.
I'm sorry, sir. You're coming down with the gay.
Oh, he's been coming all day.
Oh my!
My
Because everyone knows all gays are hedonistic sex addicts.
Of course, yeah. And my
Yeah.
cat has AIDS. I probably got it from him, to be honest.
Oh yes, they also molest children and animals because they're gay.
Yes, obviously.
Hey,
Yeah.
speaking of the gays, did you guys see that they let an orangutan go around the zoo and like check out?
What'd he do?
He
Yeah,
just
he
checked out.
he drove the golf cart and shit.
Yeah, he just checked out the animals.
Yeah,
He was-
that
he was
video
real
where
happy.
he's just driving the
look
golf
up
cart
that
around.
footage,
he was,
people.
he
if you
was
just
real happy about it and stuff. And I
Yeah.
was like, we should just do that with more animals.
I feel like I don't feel like you could do that with many orangutans.
I think
Actually.
like
one
there's
guy.
like 3 animals you could safely do that with, and
All
it
right,
would be
what
like
3
one,
animals?
like chimps, orangutans, and gorillas.
Why don't they just let them
You
all?
would think they can just let gorillas walk around,
Bro,
bro.
Why don't we just let them
you
all
think
out
you
for a
should
day?
let an orangutan just walk around?
I mean, he was just chilling.
That one was, because the next part of my sentence was going to be, and even amongst those, it would be like a 1 in 10,000 member that you would actually trust to do that.
Oh wait, no, I was completely wrong. It was not an orangutan. It was an elephant.
It was an elephant.
It was it's
just walking around.
it was the
then-
Oregon Zoo. I spelled it nearly like orangutan.
How?
How
Let me
in
see.
God's name?
Let me see. What did you fucking do?
Oregon.
Oregon. He
Yeah.
spelled Oregon wrong. Oragon.
Yeah, sorry, it was an elephant that they let around the zoo.
Banging my head against my mic.
Let me just read Will's note here. Oregon Zoo took an elephant around the zoo and it apparental like the sea lion the best.
Oh yeah, I love the sea
What
lion.
other animal can we show other animals to? Parrots for sure.
Oh yeah,
Octopi
parrots are
maybe.
smart.
Not coleas, as they don't even know they
Koalas.
exist, let alone anything
That
else.
is how you spell koala. Yeah.
No, it is not.
Yeah, it is.
Koleas.
Yeah.
No, it's KOA.
Yeah, koala. Koleas.
Look, I got a Mississippi like public school education.
So do I.
Sorry, I got a Mississippi country school education.
Yeah,
I
that's
recently
true.
learned the
he
difference.
was learning the counties. That's true. But no, it's funny that you say that because there is literally YouTube footage. You can look it up where there is an orangutan driving a golf cart around.
I was gonna
You
say-
don't think parrots would recognize other animals? They're fucking smart, dude.
I bet
So are
parrots get to go
crows.
hang out all the time.
Okay, but I don't see crows at the zoo.
Yeah, you do.
Where?
They're just not in the fucking they're
Exhibits.
in the trees.
Yeah, but I'm
like
talking
at
about
the zoo.
animals we can take other places.
Because you don't put a fucking white-tailed deer in a zoo in Mississippi.
I liked the octopi idea.
You know?
I think octopi would get a lot out of it. Just let an octopi roam free for a while. I think you'd get a lot out of that.
I think you'd have to like put them in a tank and wheel them around.
Yeah, they don't survive
He'd be
a
all- he'd be
super duper long time out of water.
They
can
like,
do it, but
yeah.
they don't. Yeah, they are aquatic.
They're escape artists, you know. So I mean, like
They're
even if you
super
put them in a
smart.
tank, yeah, they're super smart.
The only reason they haven't taken over the world is their general lifespan's only about 2 years.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah,
It's definitely,
that's,
it's definitely
that's probably
that.
it.
It's probably it. I'm trying to think of anything else that's that smart that has like a lifespan of 2 years. There's not much.
Hummingbirds.
Mice.
Mice aren't that smart, right? They're not as smart as octopi.
Oh, they're pretty smart.
Mice and rats are all pretty smart. Yeah.
Mice and rats are fucking adorable. I'm one of those people who stands like cute little hamsters and shit. I love that shit.
I'm totally fine with them, but there was one time I opened up a drawer in my house and there was a mouse in it, and it moved, and I was immediately startled. So I reached in, grabbed it, and flung against the floor, and it bounced.
Fuck Eric! God damn, Judge Eric strikes again.
For real.
Fucking
dude,
put
I-
him
They're in
down.
my house. That's death.
That's death.
I mean,
Hits
when-
the gavel.
like,
Killed the mouse
Hit
with the
the mouse
gavel.
with a gavel.
Yeah.
like if I found them in sticky traps, I just fold the sticky trap over them and take them outside and stomp on it.
That's all you can do realistically at that
No,
point.
yeah,
I mean, like,
no,
what are you
they'll
gonna
rip
do?
their arms and legs off. They can't survive after they hit a sticky.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
Eric,
like-
you own like so
Like-
many guns. Why wouldn't you just shoot it?
Yeah, just
Why
waste
the
a
fuck
bullet.
would you shoot it?
Waste a
I weigh
bullet.
200 pounds. It weighs a half an ounce.
Imagine.
You fold the paper over it, and then you jump up in the air and land on it with one of your heels. And I promise you, he does not have any further thoughts or feelings after
you jump
that.
off of a trampoline, you do a sick backflip,
Like
and
I
you
have
land
hurt-
your
like,
heel on him.
Just to make sure that your conscience is clear here, I have done this probably 15 or 16 times in my life, and I frequently hurt my heel doing it.
I thought you were gonna say
Because I have no interest in torturing small animals, and I just want him to die immediately.
Eric would like to remind everyone he wetted the bed till 14, which is a serial killer trait.
yes, of
Along
course.
with hurting small. I'm just fucking with
I
you.
thought you were gonna go into. I thought
don't
you were gonna
think
do a
I've-
bit and be like, I want to let you know I've done this 14 times in my life, and I loved it every time. I thought that was where you were going.
No, it's just business.
Why don't you use mouse traps? Why you use sticky pads? That's if
Mouse-
you know sticky
oh.
pads, they'll rip their arms off. Like mouse pads, crush their, or mouse traps crush their necks.
Because
their spines.
mouse traps are about 40 times less effective than sticky pads.
they cost
just,
more too.
Huh? No,
Don't
they
they?
don't.
Nah,
Not at all.
mouse traps.
Mouse
are cheap as
traps,
shit.
you
Are they?
you buy
Yeah.
them, they're cheap as shit, and then you can
They're like
reuse them.
$1 for like
forever.
6.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it's like they're cheap and they're reusable.
Yeah.
So yeah, the pads are much more expensive, but one, you can catch multiple mice on one of them, and two,
He just likes stomping them under his heel. I mean,
There's
what are you
something
gonna
about the
do?
crunch that really gets them going.
no, just they work.
Yeah, I mean, of course
Like-
they work. Yeah,
Yeah, it's 200-pound heel.
yeah.
No, the sticky pad works.
Yes, Eric, you're
My
200 pounds.
200-pound
They're like
heel
three. They're like three
Works on
ounces.
them like when they're running through the house. It's hard to catch them. The sticky pads catch them, and then I deliver swift death upon them.
Swift justice, Eric. You're a judge. It's
Oh,
not death when you're
It's
just
not justice. It's just nature.
okay.
This is not the mouse is not a criminal. I do not hate the mouse.
They stole
I
food
just
from you.
need it-
They're monsters.
I just need it to be out of
You
my
pooped
house
on your
because
forks,
it's a pest.
Eric.
Yeah, you don't know, dude. He could have done some fucked
don't-
up shit.
I don't feel any like malicious hate towards pests.
That could
I
have been
just-
Radigan, dude.
I just
Could have
killed
been
them.
Radigan.
It could have been
dude.
Radigan. He could have been,
Could have been
the
Radigan.
worst fucking mouse in the world.
It's also worth
Oh,
noting-
look, hey, let's just let the cat out of the bag. Radigan was a rat.
Yeah, he was.
It's also worth noting that I have 3 or 4 times found a mouse running, cornered it, grabbed it with my bare hand, and took it out. and just put in a bush.
Eric would like to remind everyone he has never gotten the rabies shot.
Bro, if any of them things had rabies, I would have been dead like 5 years ago.
That could have been the Hitler of mice, too, dude.
And you let him go.
You let him
Jesus
go.
Christ, Eric.
So, okay, am I getting like discriminated against here for like murdering the mice? Or for the small percentage I managed to capture alive that I let go?
Eric, what's your favorite workout
Because
machine?
I, once again, don't care. I just don't let them in my house.
Hey,
And
you
my
shoulda-
schnauzer is great because he'll run after them and he just goes straight for the kill shot. He grabs it, he goes, "Arr!" and then he just throws it on the ground. And he's just like, did I do good, Daddy? I'm like, God damn. He
Eric,
just goes straight for the murder. He doesn't play with it, nothing.
Eric,
Sorry, go ahead.
what's your favorite workout machine?
I would say it is the treadmill.
I would say it is the treadmill.
You too?
Yeah, definitely.
yeah?
I liked it was musical though. I'm glad you did it musically.
Well, treadmills are awesome because running is one of the best fucking workouts like that I know of. Like, and you can do like push-ups and sit-ups
Walk
to like.
and stand over here. 300 calories per hour. Can
Okay.
keep it up for 8 hours. Boom, bam.
Well,
I like
guess what?
the-
Here's the fucking catch, man. You can walk on a treadmill too.
I like the
True.
Bowflex. You
Uh-huh.
can kill
That's
yourself
really
with one of
And
those.
what
Yeah.
you can do is you can sit there on that motherfucker. You can get a full workout just using push-ups, sit-ups, and walking if you want. And you can do all of this in a single room in your house, watching TV, listening to music, being in the AC, and otherwise not having a horrifically uncomfortable time.
I've never seen anyone do push-ups on a treadmill.
Me
You
neither.
Don't do the fucking push-ups on the treadmill. You don't need equipment for push-ups and sit-ups. The point is the treadmill allows you to run track in a single bedroom. You don't need space to do sit-ups and push-ups.
This is how he talks to the defense attorney in court.
You get off the treadmill, you lay down on the fucking ground. If you're on your back, you do sit-ups. If you're on your belly, you do push-ups. Do I need to explain anything else about how working out works to you, person who just got back from the fucking gym?
Why'd you become Italian somewhere near the end of that? You became Joe Pesci.
I'm just saying a treadmill is the ultimate. If you're gonna buy gear specifically for working out, the treadmill is the first thing you should bother with because it's the first comfort.
Oh yeah, I'm buying one soon. I'm buying one like in the next month. I'm
Like
buying a treadmill.
weights, pick up heavy shit, dumbass. Like, don't
Yeah,
need to buy
gallons
those.
of milk
Do you
Safely.
seriously
Pick
not
up
have
heavy shit
anything heavy?
safely.
Yeah, don't
Safely.
pick it up like me. Don't pick up a riding lawnmower. There are things that it's not really that safe to pick up that are heavy.
You
Don't do
use
that.
use your knees.
Yeah,
First
do
pick
a
up
jerking, twisting motion.
First pick up relatively
Yo-
light things and
Yeah,
pick them
lightweight
up
baby.
over and over again.
Yes,
And then
great.
work your way up to more heavy things and pick them up over and over again. And this is just how I'm just explaining how fucking working out
Just
works.
make sure to stare into the sun the whole time while you do this. That's how you get real good workout.
I wish we
work
had a
the
good
muscles
outdoor
that-
gym.
Everybody here has enough
Okay.
land where they can kind of do it.
outdoor gym.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like at a park somewhere.
I just explained this shit.
Yeah, but like
Okay,
at, like,
tree branches exist.
but you're missing the
Pull-ups.
social.
The ground exists.
Oh, you want it to be
Push-ups,
like
sit-ups.
social. You want it
Kinda,
to be like
yeah.
Well,
You
then
wanna
make
look at the hot
friends, you
chicks.
fucking hobbit.
Sure.
No, I'm kidding.
you spend all your time in your goon cave. You can't make friends to go outside with.
Yeah, exactly. I need a little park
Why
to
don't you
go
talk to some of those people at the gym and then, oh, dude, just go. I want to say exactly where we live.
That's the show, folks. Eric, I'm just gonna cut you off there. That's
We're
the
out
show.
of time. Much like a newscaster. No, Eric, I'm sorry. No more talking.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to AnythingCast. Please like and subscribe. Subscribe to us on Substack for more. Go to Curiosity Stream where we
Yeah.
stream every day.
Buy our stocks.
And if
Buy
you get
our
up-
crypto.
All right, everybody.
Check out our OnlyFans to see pictures of my butthole.
That was Eric. I'm Will.
I'm Patrick, and we'll talk
And
to you
I'm
later.
the butthole guy.
Yeah, don't forget about Eric. He's the butthole guy. That's the most important. If you take one thing away from
Do
this,
not
that
tell